This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so last class we were trying to work out with our document type and controls over here. And there were a few things what we have discussed, how to go for creating a customized document type. So we're done with that particular part where we try to copy our standards and created our customized document types. Now I'm just trying to get into there. Like we have created it on the name of YAOR. And if you get into details of this YAOR, there are a lot of fields what we have checked out as well. Like what is the functionality of this document category, sales document block, how to go for creation of this number ranges. So there are going to be basically two types of number range SAP is going to be supported. One, we try to call it as an internal number range. Second one, external number range. We looked into that particular feature as well. Like what is the T code used for creating the number ranges and how to use it. Then we also discuss the functionality of item number increment and sub-item number increment. Now, this item number increment is going to be used for the main products, whereas sub-item number increment for the child items. We looked into a concept as BOM. For that, we are trying to work out with the sub-items. And then what we have done, we started working out with this general control tab over here, where we looked into this particular field called as reference mandatory. Reference mandatory. So in case if you want to create this order with reference to any particular document, then how we need to use this particular field. That was the other field what we have discussed this. And then we looked into this particular concept check division and item division. Both these particular fields will be working together. Now, basically, check division, item division will be comparing the division maintained at the header level to the division maintained at the item level. So it will be checking what is the division maintained at the customer level to the division maintained at the material level. If the divisions are matching, then we are going to be selling the product to the customer. In case if divisions are not matching, then what type of messages need to be getting displayed, that can be controlled with the help of check division. Whether you want a dialog box or an error message need to be getting triggered up. Whether you want a dialog box or an error message need to be getting triggered up, that will be controlled with the help of check division. So we looked into that particular feature as well completely. Okay. Now, the next field what we need to work out is going to be the probability. What is the probability of customer placing an order to the company? By default, it is going to be maintained as 100% over here. Okay. Order probability. Chances, like we try to consider this order as a legal document. So by default, it is going to be 100% over here. Whereas if you are trying to work out with quotation, YAQT is our customized document type. So probability has been maintained as 70%, means the chance of converting your quotation into an order. What is the probability or what is the expected value you get from this particular quotation is what this probability is all about. Okay, now let me show you. Now I'm just trying to create one quotation over here. VA 21. So YAQT. I'm trying to maintain all the values required for this. So there's our customer. M654. So this is the product what we are trying to work out. And I'm trying to offer a quote for 10 quantity. Okay. Now for this, try to maintain the price as well. PR00. 15,000 is what I'm trying to maintain it as a selling price. Now, what is happening over here? So if you get into item data, 15,000 is the cost for single unit and 1,50,000 is the cost of 10 quantity. Okay, now if you come back to the main screen, you can see there is a field by the name expected order value over here. So in case if you're trying to convert this quotation into an order, what is the expected order value? On 1,50,000, system is going to be calculating 70,000, 70%, and 1,05,000 is what is getting displayed up over here. 1,05,000 is what is getting displayed up. That means in case if customer place an order using this particular quotation, we can expect a value of 1,05,000, 70% of this document value. Now, why system is trying to calculate it as a 70%? Because that is the setting which has been maintained up over here, probability. Same thing if you work with our inquiry document type. So here, 30%, the chance of converting or conversion of this inquiry into an quotation, 30%. Expected order value. If you offer a goods for 10 quantity, you can expect you need to offer a quotation for 3 quantity, 30% of it. That's how it's going to be working. Probability. What is the probability of converting one document into another one? Up to what value you can expect it. So that is the field functionality. This is basically used for statistics purpose, not for any other reason. And then we have this particular field, check credit limit and credit group. Now these two fields we are not going to be working at the moment. We use this for a concept called as credit management, which is going to be the integration of SD with FI, credit management. So there we try to work with this particular field functionality. And in the same way, this output application also, we are not going to be touching it at the moment. In coming classes, we have a concept by the name output determination. Like in case once customer place an order to the company, we need to provide the order confirmations, which can be in the form of printout or through fax or through email, different mode of communications. So how we are going to be providing the order confirmations? For that, we take the help of this output application field. Until then, we are going to be leaving as it is. We don't touch or don't work with these particular fields. And coming to the next one, read info record. Read info record. If this checkbox is active, then only system will read the info record maintained. CMIR. If you want system to read the CMIR, you need to make sure this checkbox should be active. In case if you leave this particular field as blank, system will not read the info record maintained. Now see, I'm just leaving it as blank. Save it. Now test it. So if you go for creating an order, YAOR, M654. Okay. Now here I'm trying to enter the material information. Now what is the product? HDTV. Or we have maintained one customer material information as well, HD. So whenever customer is trying to place an order for HD along with order quantity, now you can see material information has been not displayed, order quantity also has been not accepted. Now what happens? System has not read the info record. If you want system to read the info record and copy the values from that, make sure this checkbox is active. Activate it, save it. Now test it. Now I'm just trying to maintain customer material number, order quantity over here. Click on enter. Now you can see system is reading the info record and the value has been displayed up over here. Value has been displayed up over here. That's how it works out. So we are telling the system, again, this particular document type info record need to be read or not. To read the info record, make sure this checkbox is active. We have next field, check purchase order number. Now, what is the use of this? Now, that particular field is going to be with reference to PO number. PO stands for purchase order number. So whenever customer places an order to the company, we try to call it as a purchase order. And we convert that purchase order into a sales order. Whenever customer places an order to the company, we call it as a purchase order. We convert that purchase order into a sales order. Okay. And with reference to one purchase order, you can go for creation of only one sales order. In case if you're trying to create multiple sales order with reference to one purchase order, then how system is going to be reacting is what we need to know. Now let's say, so I'm maintaining this information, I'm trying to save this particular order. Sorry. So I'm just trying to maintain one purchase order number. PO, I'm trying to maintain it as 098. And I'm trying to save it. Now, I'm just trying to create one more sales order using same PO number. Maintain all the values. Now try to save it. Done. Order has been created. Again, I'm trying to create one more sales order with reference to same PO number. You can see what is happening. System is giving me an option to create multiple orders with reference to same sales order over here. With reference to same sales order. Just give me a second, guys. Now see, so I'm just trying to use the same PO number again, and if you're trying to create an order, system is giving me the access for doing it. But this is not the case in the real time, because with reference to one purchase order, only one sales order need to be created. Now how it need to be restricted? Now here, I'm trying to make sure I'm activating this particular field, check purchase order number, with a rule called as A. Check whether purchase order number already exists or not. Check whether purchase order number already exists or not. So if you activate it, what happens? With reference to one purchase order, only one sales order can be created. You can't go for creation of multiple. In case if you're trying to create multiple, then system is going to be throwing us an warning message over here. I say I'm just trying to activate it, save it. Now check it out. Again, if you're trying to go for creating an order with reference to same PO number. Now you now you can see we are getting a warning message. Purchase order number already exists for one of the sales document. Purchase order number already exists for one of the sales document. We can see we are getting this particular message over here. Okay, that's how it's going to be responding it. If you want system to perform a check with reference to one purchase order, in case if there is multiple sales orders has been created, we can take the help of this particular field, check purchase order number. Okay, that is the field functionality. Or in case if you want to change the status of the message, so instead of getting a warning message, if you want to get an error message, we can also do that. Okay, so you need to know these two information. You need to know the message, you need to know the message number. And you can provide this information to the ABAPer, and ABAPer will be changing the status of the message from warning to error. So if you provide that values, he will be changing it. So instead of getting a warning message, we are going to be getting an error message. Because if you get a warning message, what happens? I can ignore it. I can go ahead to create an order. In case if you get an error message, we can't go ahead. So depending upon the business process, we need to do the changes required. Okay, there's a field functionality, check purchase order number. And then we have this particular field, enter PO number. Now, what is the use of it? Now, at the moment, you can see this particular field is left blank. I'm not maintaining any value in this particular field. It is left blank. Okay. Now, when you try to go for creating an order, I'm not maintaining any PO number. When we go for creating an order, we are not maintaining any PO number at all. We're not maintaining any kind of PO number. We are leaving this particular field as blank and try to save it. Order will be created. Done. Order has been created up. Now, if you try to basically get into change mode of this particular order, so there's our order document number, get into details, and you can see there is no PO number getting displayed up because at the time of creating an order, we didn't maintain any PO number. So here also we're not getting any kind of PO number. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get back, activate this, enter PO number. I'm maintaining a PO number over here. Okay, I'm not maintaining any PO number once again. I'm leaving this particular field as blank. I'm leaving this particular field as blank. We are not maintaining any PO number over here. Okay. Now, without maintenance of this PO number, click on enter and try to save it. Order will be created up over here. Order will be created up. Now, once this order has been created, what is the next thing you need to do? Now, if you try to get back to our change mode, get into change mode. Oh, I'm in change mode itself. Okay. Sorry. Let me try to create it. VA01. Okay. Now, without maintaining this PO number itself, I'm trying to save this particular order. Done. Now, if you basically get into change mode, get into details, you can see there is no PO number which has been copied up because in the create mode, we have not maintained any PO number. So in change mode also, no PO number has been copied up over here. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to activate this particular field. Activate it, save it. Now check it out. VA01. Now, at the time of creating an order, I'm not maintaining any PO number once again. I'm leaving this particular field as blank itself. Save it. Now, if you get into change mode, so there's my order document number 794. Now, if you get into details, now you can see order document number has been copied as PO number. In case if customer is not maintaining, if your end user is not maintaining PO number at the time of creating an order, by default, what happens? Your order document number itself is going to be copied as PO number. Order document number itself is going to be copied as PO number. Okay, so that is the field functionality. If you activate this particular field, then only that functionality is going to be going on. In case if your end user is not maintaining PO number at the time of creating an order, by default, sales order number is going to be copied as PO number if you activate this particular field. And next field is the commitment date. Right now, we are not using this commitment date. This is going to be used for stock confirmation. We have a concept for this by the name availability check and transfer of requirements. There, we can look into this particular field functionality, how it works out. Okay, now these are the fields which you need to know under General Control tab. Now going ahead over here, the next tab where we need to work out is going to be the transaction flow tab. Now under this transaction flow tab, we have a field by the name screen sequence. What are the screens which need to be getting copied in our sales document? That is going to be controlled with the help of this particular field. I can show you one difference. Now, when you go for creating a quotation, you can see we have a field by the name valid from and valid to. Whereas this field is going to be missing in our order. If you get into order, under item data, you can see there is no information related to valid from and valid to. What fields need to be displayed for which document, that can be controlled with the help of this particular field. So for order document type, we try to maintain it as AU. So order related screens will be getting displayed for that. For quotation for inquiry document type, we maintain it as AG. For contracts, we maintain it as GK. For credit memo, GA. What screens need to be displayed for which document type? That will be maintained up with the help of this particular field. I can show you for quotation. So if you work with YAQT, for quotation, it has been maintained as what? AG. Okay, quotation screens need to be displayed. In the same way, for order, AU, order screens need to be displayed. That's how this field is going to be working. And then we have this field incompletion procedure. We need to do certain configuration for that. In our coming classes, we are going to be discussing this field functionality. So how to create an incomplete procedure and how to work it out. And this transaction group, nothing to do with this at the moment, you can ignore it. But this particular field is very important. Document pricing procedure. Document pricing procedure. This particular field is very important for us. So this is nothing but the definition for this. This is nothing but a parameter used to determine pricing procedure in sales document. There's nothing but a parameter used to determine pricing procedure in sales document. So whenever you're trying to work out with OR document type, this field is going to be maintained as a standard pricing is going to be applicable. So based on document types, document pricing procedure is going to be getting changed up. So in case if you're trying to work out with FD document type, it will be maintained as C. Your document is going to be free from pricing. For contracts, so we have a concept by the name value contracts. For that, document type is going to be taken as WK1. For this, it is going to be maintained as Y, which stands for value contracts. So based on document types, document pricing procedures are going to be getting displayed up. So you need to remember this is going to be used as a parameter for pricing procedure determination. This is going to be used as a parameter for pricing procedure determination. Okay, so there's a field functionality. Now, where you're going to be maintaining this one, you will be seeing this one in our pricing class. Not at the moment. In pricing, we are going to be looking into this particular field. Okay, so there's a one what we have discussed. Then we have this particular field, status profile. Now, this is for user specific authorizations need to be provided. In case when you try to create an order, now when you try to create an order, there are a lot of screens. There are a lot of screens in which you need to maintain the value. Okay, so if you want to restrict few of them, in case if you want to restrict few of them, like some users should have the access to view only particular screens, not all the views, then it can be restricted with the help of this particular field, status profile. Which screen access need to be provided for the user for a particular document type. And the setting is going to be maintained with the help of ABAP. Which straight away can't do this one. We require a lot of configuration for that. With the help of ABAP only, it's going to be possible. So when we get a chance to work with our ABAP integration classes, there we can look into the status profile field functionality, how it works out. Then we have next field, alternative sales document type. So normally we don't train the end users how to use this particular field because we don't train the end user to swap the document type in middle of the transaction. Now, right now, if you want to know the document type used for creating this order, where to see, we need to basically get into header data. And this is the place where you're going to be observing what is the document type used. So always sales document type information will be updated at header level. We know that one. Can you user change this document type? No, because you can see this field is in display mode. So if you want user should have the access of changing this particular document type, then how? In our document type controls, I'm going to be changing it. I'm going to be maintaining an alternative sales document type information over here. So maintain it or cannot be used as an alternative sales document type. Okay, let me try to maintain on more. So YAOR, I'm trying to maintain. That's going to be the one. I'm trying to assign it as an alternative sales document type and save it. Done. Now see, so here I'm trying to create an order. I'm trying to create an order using YAOR. You can see there's a document type we are trying to work it out. Now what I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be changing it. So let's say I'm trying to record the transaction. All done. Now see, so if you get into header data, by default, what is the document type picked by the system? YAOR itself. Okay. Now if you come back, in case if end user want to swap the document type, so under sales tab, you can see alternative sales document type is getting displayed up. So if you activate it or if you check this one, click on enter, the document type is going to be changed. You can see you cannot change order document type once you press enter. Once you press enter. Now see, once you click on enter, now if you want to know the document type, use it. Get into header data. Our document type has been changed to YSOR. Again, from YSOR, if you're trying to change it to YAOR, system will not give the access for that. System will not give the access for that. Okay, so that's what you need to know. Whether you want system should have the access, whether end user should have the access of swapping the document type in middle of the transaction or not. For that, we take the help of this particular field, alternative sales document type. There's a field functionality. Okay, there's a field functionality. So for one document type, you can assign multiple alternative sales document types. Okay, so we never try to train the end user working on this one. Okay, now we are not working with this. We don't train the end user for that reason. How to swap the document type in middle of the transaction. Next one is going to be the variant. How this variant is going to be working. How this variant is going to be working. Now this variant is nothing but to maintain the field status. Variant is all about maintaining the field status. In sales document. Okay, now whether you want a particular field need to be activated as an optional entry or required entry, suppress entry or display entry, those settings are going to be maintained with the help of this variance. Everything is going to be maintained with the help of this variance. Okay, so here we have a lot of fields. Now which field need to be activated as required entry, suppress entry, we can maintain that setting. So once again, this also is going to be done with the help of your ABAP itself. So to create a variant, we are going to be using a transaction code SHD0. There's a T code, use it. SHD0. Okay. So later we can discuss this one, how to go for creating a variant and maintain the settings for that. Now, next field is going to be display range. Now, what is the use of this particular field? Display range, how it works out. So if you want, now see, I'm just trying to go for exploring the BOM in the order. So as soon as you try to maintain our parent item order quantity, click on enter, all child items are going to be getting displayed up. That means BOM has been exploded up over here. BOM has been exploded up. Okay, now you can see all products are getting displayed. Okay, now what is happening? You're able to see all the products getting displayed up over here. Now see, so in case if you try to activate it, now why you're able to see all the products? Because we have selected this display range as you all. I'm trying to tell the system to display all the products. Now in case if you're trying to change it to UHAU, in case if you try to change it to UHAU, what happens? Only the main products are going to be displayed. Sub items will be not getting displayed up over here. Now see, I'm just trying to maintain it as UHAU, save it. Now see, so once again, you try to maintain our parent item. Let me try to refresh it. Always, if you do any kind of changes, please refresh your document type. Now maintain our parent item, order quantity, click on enter. You can see only parent item is getting displayed, not the child items. Only parent item is getting displayed, not the child items. Okay, so why we are getting this one? Because we maintain this particular field over here, display range. Display range. We tell the system how your items need to be getting displayed. Okay, so our default, I'm trying to maintain it as UL. I want to see all materials. I don't want to see only specific materials. I want to see all materials getting displayed. So that's the field functionality. And then we have this particular field, F code for overview screen. Now, what you mean by this? Now, by default, when you create an order, when you go for creating an order, now this screen is what we call it as an initial screen. Now, if you get into details, we get an overview screen. In this overview screen, by default, we are landing up in which tab? Sales tab. We're getting landing up in sales tab over here. This is the default screen which is getting opened up in the overview screen. Now, the thing is, I don't want sales tab need to be getting opened up over here. I want ordering party tab need to be getting displayed up. I want ordering party tab need to be getting displayed up by default in the overview screen. So how it is going to be done? With the help of this particular field, F code for overview screen, where I'm trying to maintain it as UBST. Where I'm trying to maintain it as UBST. So maintain it, save it. Now check it out. Now, if you create an order by default in the overview screen, which tab is going to be getting triggered up? Ordering party tab has been opened up. In case if you don't want ordering party, you want sales tab or item overview tab, you can maintain that screen name over here. So here I'm just trying to maintain this time this particular screen, UER2. Activate it, save it. Now, if you get into details, you can see by default, item overview tab got displayed up. So which screen need to be getting open? That can be controlled with the help of this particular field, F code for overview screen. Okay, so I'm just trying to maintain the standard, which is going to be UER1 itself, and save it. Now, next field, quotation messages. And what is the use of this? If you want system to display open quotations, then we take the help of this particular field, open quotations. Now, what you mean by this term, quotations which has been not converted into order? Quotations which are not converted into sales order. We are going to be calling it as open quotations over here. Quotations which are not converted into order, we call it as open quotations. Now see, so here at the moment, I'm not maintaining any value. Now, when you try to go for creating an order, VA01, I'm maintaining all the values. Sold to party, I'm not getting any kind of message. Once you enter the material also, we are not going to be getting any kind of message over here. Okay, now see, so if you activate this particular field, so I'm going to be telling the system to read what all open quotations are there with reference to header level. That means with reference to sold party, if there are any open quotations are there, system need to display all that open quotations which need to be converted into order. Or if you try to maintain it as item level, that means it's going to be with reference to material. So system need to read what all open quotations are there with reference to a material. So here I'm just trying to maintain with reference to header level, with reference to sold party, save it, now test it. If any open quotation exists, then only it will be reading it and it will be displaying that. Now, as soon as you maintain sold party, click on enter. As of now, nothing is there. So what I try to do, I'm going to be creating one quotation. I'm trying to create one quotation by maintaining all the specific values required. I'm trying to take 10 units. I'm trying to maintain the price as well. Save it. This code has been created. I'm trying to create an order once again without reference to a quotation. So maintain our sold party, click on enter, and now you can see we're getting one pop-up. Now system is trying to read for this particular quotation. Sorry, for this particular customer, there are any open quotations or not. There are any open quotations or not. So if you click on this list, you can see there is one open quotation. So if you want to convert that quotation into an order, you can simply select it, click on copy, the values will be getting copied up. Okay. The interesting part is nothing but how do you want system to perform a check with reference to this customer? There are any open quotations, system will be reading it. Or in case if you try to change this particular field, quotation messages, I'm trying to maintain it as B item level with reference to material. If you want to see any open quotations are there, save this one, create an order. As soon as you enter the material this time, as soon as you enter the material order quantity, now you can see we are getting this particular message. With reference to material, there are some open quotations maintained. So how you want system to read the quotation messages, that is going to be controlled with the help of this particular field. That is going to be controlled with the help of this particular field. Okay. So this is one field which you need to know, quotation messages. And this outline agreement messages, this is not going to be applicable for this particular document type. Now we have a separate document type, agreements. So we have a concept by the name scheduling agreements. There we can look into this particular field functionality. We can't activate it because we have not worked with that particular topic. So I'm not trying to show you. And this message or this particular field, you can ignore it. We are not going to be working with a concept called as master contracts. This master contracts is going to be with reference to your customer service department. We are not working with this master contracts, we can ignore it. Product attributes messages also, ignore it. And this particular field, incomplete messages. Now what is the use of this incomplete messages? How it's going to be working out? How it's going to be working it out? Now see, so right now I'm trying to create an order. And this is a message we are getting it. Mandatory condition PR00 is missing. Now let's say we have not maintained the price for this. Now if you click on edit, incompletion log. Now what is the message we got? System is giving us a message saying that pricing is missing, which need to be maintained. Without maintaining the price, can you save this order? You can save it. Order will be created. There will be no problem with that. And we try to call this particular order as what? An incomplete order. We're going to be calling this particular order as what? An incomplete order. And for this incomplete order, if you try to work out with the delivery. So for this order, delivery is getting confirmed on 12th or 13th. I'm trying to maintain it. And there's a message you're going to be getting it. Order is incomplete, maintain the order. That means for incomplete sales document, you cannot convert that into our delivery. We are going to be getting such kind of messages. Order is incomplete, maintain the order. Okay, so if user should not have the access of saving an incomplete document, if user should not have the access of saving an incomplete document, then we are going to be working with this particular field. Now, if you activate it, see how system will be reacting. Now, once again, I'm trying to create an order. Order quantity. I'm not maintaining the price. Without maintaining the price, I'm trying to save this particular document. And system is giving you a message, pricing is not maintained, process incompletion log before saving. So how many times now, if you try to click on save, system will not give the access to save this particular order. System will not give the access of saving this particular order itself. How many times you try to click on save, system will not give the access for saving this order until you maintain the value in that respective field. That is the field functionality. Whether system should give you the access of saving an incomplete document or not. If you don't want end user should have the access of saving an incomplete document, make sure this checkbox is active. If not, you can leave it as blank. So these are the fields which you need to know under transaction flow tab. Now coming to the next tab, scheduling agreement. Now these fields are not going to be applicable for this particular document type over here. These fields are not going to be applicable for this particular document type. Now why? We have a document type by the name BL. We have a document type by the name BL. Okay, so for this document type BL only, the settings are going to be maintained. Only for that particular document type, these settings are going to be maintained. Okay, that's how it's going to be working. Only for this document type, the settings are going to be maintained. For normal document type, it will be not maintained up. For normal document type, it will be not maintained up. Now, next one is going to be shipping tab. Now, this shipping tab is going to be with reference to delivery. Okay, so normally when we try to go for creating a delivery document, what happens? So let me try to maintain the price and save this order. The price has been maintained and save this one. Order has been created. Now for this order, if you work with the delivery, so if you get into VL01 end transaction, so if you get into VL01 end transaction, maintain all the values required, get into details. Okay, let me try to create an order. VL01. So I'm trying to update the price as well over here and save it. Now for this order, I'm trying to create a delivery document. So if you get into VL01 and get into details. Now in this particular screen, we are not maintaining the document type user. If you see, we are not maintaining any document type information. We are trying to maintain shipping point, date, order document number. That's it. We are not maintaining any document type user for delivery. So if you get into details, now system is trying to pick up a document type by default. And if you want to know the document type user, try to get into header data, administration tab, and what is the document type user? LF. There's the document type user. There's the document type user. Okay, that's how it's going to be working. That's how it's going to be working. By default, system is trying to pick up a document type as LF. How? Because the setting is maintained over here. The setting is maintained over here. So whenever you create an order using YAOR, what should be the document type used for delivery? LF. That's how system is going to be picking up the document type for delivery. We try to maintain it. Whatever order is going to be created using YAOR, delivery document type is going to be taken as LF. That is a setting what we are trying to maintain it. And there's the second field, delivery block. If you activate this particular field, what happens? what all orders you create using this particular document type is going to be blocked for delivery. See, I'm just trying to maintain with one of the reason code as well. So I'm just trying to maintain a reason code called as political reasons. Save it. Now try to create an order. Try to create an order using YAOR, and by default you will be seeing this particular field getting activated. Political reasons, delivery block. Now if you create an order, maintain all the values required and try to create an order. PR00. I'm trying to maintain the order quantity, price, everything, and try to save it. Now for this order, if you work out with the delivery, so get into VL01 and try to perform a delivery over here, we are getting this particular message. So sales order is blocked for delivery due to political reasons over here. There's a message we are getting it. Sales order is blocked for delivery due to political reasons. Now end user will not have the access to create a delivery document. If end user need to perform a delivery for this order, they need to basically get into change mode. They need to get into change mode, get into details, and remove this particular delivery block. Remove this particular delivery block, save it. Now work out with the delivery. So if you're getting to VL01 and transaction, now we will be able to create it. And once again, if you try to create an order VL01, by default, this particular order also will be blocked for delivery. By default, this order also is going to be blocked for delivery. Okay, so how many orders you create, all that orders will be blocked for delivery. So if end user need to remove this delivery block, they need to get into change mode and remove it. Okay, so that's the field functionality. If you activate this particular field, what all orders you create using this document type, all documents will be blocked for delivery. That is the field functionality, delivery block. And next one, shipping conditions. Now we maintain the shipping conditions at two different levels. Shipping conditions will be maintained at two different levels. At what level you maintain it? One is going to be at sales document type level. That's going to be the first level, and second one would be the customer master level. So in customer master, if we get into sales data, under shipping tab, we try to maintain the shipping conditions. Okay, so we already checked in our customer master. So if you get into exit 02 transaction code, open any existing customer record. Under sales data, if you get into shipping tab, we maintain the shipping conditions 01. 01. So here I'm just trying to maintain it 01, which we try to call it as ASAP. That's what we have maintained. I'm trying to maintain the shipping conditions in our document type as well. So if you get into sales document type, I'm trying to maintain the shipping conditions over here. So let's say I'm trying to maintain it as pickup. 09 is the condition what I'm trying to maintain. Customer will pick up the stock and save it. Now the thing is when you create an order, now from where the shipping conditions are going to be getting copied, whether it is going to be copied from the sales document type or it is going to be copied from the customer master is what we need to check it. Now see, so if you go for creating an order, so maintain our sold party information, get into header data. Always shipping conditions will be copied at the header level. In header data, if you get into shipping tab, and now you can see the shipping conditions, which has been copied as 09 pickup. That means this value has been copied from where? From our sales document type controls. In case if you don't maintain any value over here, it will be picked from our customer master. Now see, so in sales document type controls, I'm leaving this particular field as blank. I'm not maintaining any value. Save it. Now create an order once again and check from where exactly the shipping conditions has been copied this time. If you get into header data, shipping tab, and this time the shipping conditions has been copied from our customer master. It has been copied from our customer master. Now from where exactly the shipping conditions need to be copied, that we can specify it. Whether it should be copied from the sales document type or from customer master. So in case if you try to maintain at both the levels, so by default it will be copied from our sales document type. In case if you don't maintain shipping conditions over here, it will be copied from our customer master. Okay. Now, why sales document type is going to be given first preference? Because we are trying to create an order using YAOR. So whatever values you maintain in this particular screen is going to be given first preference. In case if values are missing over here, it will be copied from our next master date. Now, in which scenario you're going to be activating the shipping conditions in our sales document type? Now, when we are trying to work out with a concept called as cash sales and rush orders, we maintain the value in that particular field. Now, for cash sales, we use a document type called as CS. We use a document type called as CS. For CS, we try to maintain the value as an immediate delivery. For rush order also, we maintain the value. RO is a document type for rush order. We try to maintain it as 10 over here. Someone has changed it. It need to be maintained as 10, immediate delivery. Only for these two scenarios, cash sales and rush order, we maintain shipping condition in sales document type. Otherwise, it will be copied from our customer master itself. Okay, only for these two. So that's the field functionality. And this particular field, we are not working it out, shipment cost info profile. And this field, once again, this immediate delivery field is going to be activated for cash sales and rush orders, not for all document type. On which day customer place an order, on same day delivery need to be done. So we activate this field only for cash sales and rush order. By activating this, what happens? Along with your order, delivery document also is going to be created. No need to create a delivery document separately. By default, it will be getting generated up. By default, it will be getting generated up. So if you look for document type RO, for RO, the value is going to be maintained up over here. X. In the same way for cash sale, CS is a document type. For CS, the value is going to be maintained. Only for these two we activate it. For rest of the documents type, we leave it as blank. So these are the fields which you need to know under shipping tab. These are the fields which you need to know under shipping tab, how they work out. And next is going to be the billing tab over here. Now this billing tab, let me take it up tomorrow. So tomorrow we try to close this sales document type controls and work with next set of controls as well, which we call it as an item category controls. Okay. So let me stop it over here. We try to meet up tomorrow and continue this particular class. Thanks, guys.